Like growing up, I never heard the word anxiety. I never heard depression. I never heard trauma. I never heard if you need help. I never heard anything about mental
health.
Yeah,
for us that was called changuería. Ay, tú tienes changuería, and we're just like,
But
what?
Ask your mom the same thing.
Life is so beautiful. I've gotten to see that perspective like since marrying young. I got married at 19, and quickly after I got pregnant, and then had complications and able. And so I had to grow up like real quick, like in 2 seconds.
You had no time to like even enjoy it.
And now like I turned 25 this year, and I kid y'all not, I was having like a quarter life crisis. I don't know. I felt like weird. I don't know. I'm 25 is still young.
Super
really
young.
young. But I feel like so much older.
You
mentally.
feel like you've lived a whole life already.
But did she not though?
But you have. You've gone through.
You lived so much life, more life than a lot of these kids. Have lived, and they're like, what are you talking about? My TikTok just got locked down. You're just like,
like little stuff like that, and I'm just like, really, bro? Like, come on.
You look at them, you're like, cállate.
And so like my brother turned 21, but when he was 19, I was like, man, I can't believe I was married at your age. Like that seems like such a baby. I was like, yo, my mama, she was ready to.
For real.
She broke out the chocolate. She was like,
Yeah. Because I mean, for us, you know, I got pregnant before marriage, and you know that is like
a big no.
A big no-no. You know,
especially in our church community.
And I felt it. It was hard. So I understand, like it with parents and the whole issue and growing up fast. It's really hard, and I think that's why we come up, you know, when we talk with young girls and stuff, we're like, just wait, just enjoy life.
We're coming from a place of experience, and you don't want to sound, because every kid at 16, 17, 18, they're like, my life is going to be so much different than yours, so it's not going to happen. And we're like, but it is, and it might. I mean, you could be the rule, or you could be the exception, and it's either or. And we come from a place when we talk to different girls, like, hey, we've been through this, so just look out for these signs, or want to try this, but
and
all
then
from a place of love.
All these different shows and movies, you know, they play out the scenario of, you know, marriage being like fairy tale. Because that's how I used to think too, being young. Like, I can't wait to get married.
I love that.
Wedding. Because that's how I was.
In my mind, when I met my husband, like, we were 18, and I knew he was the one.
Wow.
And I think I had even told him that. Like, I was like, I don't even know why you're, like, even, like, playing around. Like, let's just get married. And he's like, what are you... He's like, we're only 18. But in my mind, because we're Hispanic, getting married at 18, 19... It's
normal.
It's very normal.
Yeah.
But I almost got married at 18. My mom was like, no.
Yeah.
I was my tia got married at 14.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nowadays, we have problems with that. We're like, don't do that. No, but I told him, I was like, oh, yeah, you're the one for me. And I think that scared him a bit, because like right after that we kind of broke up. He was like,
this girl is crazy,
legit. And I was like, excuse me. I was like, you're not getting away that easily.
Like, you're going too quick.
And in his mind, he was like, he had told me, he's like, I'm not getting married till I'm 30. I was like, what? I'm gonna be so old by then. I was like, you're not gonna want me. He was like, no, I think he's like, why rush it? Back then, Ashley was like, oh my god, this guy's a fool. Now Ashley's like, he was very smart. And mind you, we did get married in, I think, a good in-between age. I mean, I say 23, but I didn't get married. I have Jaden, my son, at 25. We actually got married at 26, 27. Yeah, because Jaden was 2. He came out of my wedding.
That's right. He was 2.
Yeah. So, and we've had a lot of ups and downs, but like Shai said, we were babies.
Yeah.
Basically growing up with each other and figuring each other out in
life,
this world together.
It's so funny because all of our girlfriends that we have gotten, they've married their like sweethearts.
Yeah.
Like Jessica, my other sister, best friend, godmother to my child, she got married with her husband, and they were together since I think they were 15.
Yeah, very young.
Another friend of ours that y'all know, JJ and his wife, or Javier, I'm sorry, they got married young too, and they're still together. So a lot of our close friends have met their significant other while in high school or even middle school, and they've grown up, literally have grown up together. Yeah. They went through high school, college, you know,
and all those trials and tribulations, like right there together.
Yeah. So, and we differ because yes, I'm older than them, but I don't know married life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I had my relationship with my son's father, and we were together for I think 5 or 6 years, or whatever. And that's all I know of having a relationship for that long. But marriage and going through struggles and building because I'm like, hey girl, let's go home. She's like, well, I gotta talk to Jovi. Let's see what he has. I'm like, where? You're asking for permission? She's like, it's not permission.
We're on the same page.
Communication. Yeah. But I didn't understand that. So it took me a little bit because I get a little.
Well, she's so used to being. But when you're used to being a single person,
and I can go,
you get up and go
whenever I want,
and then you look for someone else that's married, and you tell them, let me just see. They see it as, why are you asking your husband for permission to go? And it's not that. It's like communicate. Like even my husband, he's going out tonight, and he's like, hey, I'm going out with the guys. Are you cool with that? And I'm like, I'm about to be on a podcast. Your girl's doing big things. Calm down. I'll send you the link.
We're going to be
No, so but it's all about communication
and working together. Yeah, like 100%. I have 4 kids, so my husband right now helped me out with the kids, and it's just teamwork.
Shout out to David.
David, he's wrestling with all the kids.
Especially that little one. But
the little one's the sweetest.
But it's just teamwork, communication, so
it's hard. Awesome. I mean, it took for me getting used to her being married, because Ashley is my best friend. Like, being sister. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Jesus, for my best friend.
I get that.
My mom gives.
I have an older sister. Mm-hmm. She'll be 33 this year. She's not married yet. Mm-hmm. Still lives with my mom. Tradition.
So the situation.
Yeah.
She's like, can you hook me up with your sister and we can be best friends? Best single friends?
Yeah. Don't stop. Jessica's gonna watch this, be like, who's gonna be my best friend? She's just joking.
We're just playing, sorry.
She's throwing hands.
Don't take it too seriously.
It's like the same thing. She's like, oh, I want to go out, and I'm just like, I can't.
But sometimes you need to have friends like that. You know, like you're really good friends with my sister-in-law, who's single. We have a lot of things in common. They have a lot of things 100% in common, of course.
It's perfect.
So it's
they talk about their marriages and all their little, and I just call Yessie. I'm like, hey girl, so let's go get our nails done and massages.
No, it's like when we went on
a
Disney trip together. All 4 of us, her sister-in-law and us 3. We were in our own little world. Oh. And they were in their own little world. But it was nice. Everything. We had such a good time because they were doing their own, I guess, not even single thing, but they had their own little conversation. They left us. They're like, these dummies. And we're just like...
And we're just talking about everything else.
Talk about our marriage.
It's always good to have those relationships too. Yeah. Because I didn't have anyone to... relate to and be like, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Well, that's how that happened.
It's good to have someone that you can relate to.
This relationship is her fault.
Yes, everything
in a good way.
You will learn that hanging out with us, everything is my fault.
No, it's not.
We're late.
But you're always right.
We're late because it's my fault.
True. I mean, it was her fault. I live 3 minutes away. Come on.
We're wearing sweaters and they're hot. It's my fault.
I mean, I'm in a variable, comfortable state.
Whatever. But guess what? You'll also learn that Shy's always right.
She really is.
95.9999999% of the time. I'm always right. Yeah. And they're going to agree.
Yeah.
And I diagnose people too, so I'm a little nurse.
Diagnosed
Alfredo. She did.
In the back.
Before I go to the doctor, I call Shy.
She did. I'm serious.
Come to the house, I'll be like, girl, you have this and this. And just, I need you to... No, I love when people confirm. Like, when you go to the clinic, please confirm that I'm correct.
Here's the text of Shy. Shy's like, yes, should have been a nurse.
Yes, I told her husband, what was it, last year, the year before last?
My husband, he had gotten like on his back was like a rash, and it was hurting, and I was like, oh my god, what is that? And he was like, I don't know. Like I was like, L, and he was like, I don't know. He don't go to the hospital. Typical Hispanic man. He's like, I'm gonna go to the hospital. I'm gonna put like some Vicks on it. I'm like, yeah, I think that's gonna work out great for you.
Great. Put it on.
Mind you, fast forward, we started doing some research and buying him this like balm that was, I forgot what it was for, but I bought it for him. And it started working. Later on, it was getting worse. He went to the doctors, and it ended up he had shingles. When he told me he had shingles, I was like, that's an old person like disease. And he was like, no, he's like, shingles is like common. So I told Shai, not that he had shingles. I called up and I was like, yeah, Jovi has been on his back and it's been burning and hurting. She was like, oh my God, does he have shingles? I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And I was like, how did you know?
I should have been a
dude.
This is like when I was in high school, I wanted to be a nurse so bad. Like that was like in me, a fire. And then again, oh, my Latino families, we need to do better, y'all. Like, for real.
Yeah, we should have just, like, stopped talking to each other.
And I was like, oh, my God, I want to be a nurse. And one of my older cousins was like, ¿tú quieres ser enfermera para estar limpiando? I don't want to be gross.
You're just like...
I was like, yeah, that's what nurses do. They clean old people bums. I was like, they're bums? She was like, yeah, that's what nurses do. I was like... I was like, I am never gonna be I mean, mind you, like I was 15, 16 years old, and I was like, gung ho, I am gonna become a nurse.
You would have been a great nurse.
Yeah, you
probably
would.
Like traveling and doing like what's that thing called
over
the border? No, that's not what that's called.
That's a restaurant, I think.
That is a restaurant. What is that one that's like?
I don't know.
What's that thing that you go overseas and you do it for free?
I don't want anything for free, girl.
Volunteer.
I don't know.
No, you work for free.
I don't want to work for free.
Don't growl at me. I know what it's called.
She's understanding.
She's like, ain't nobody
It's gonna come to me.
I know,
It's gonna come to
especially
me.
how we're in this.
It's called something with Doctors Without Borders. You don't. I mean, but there's nurses under doctors.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Well, if you're watching Grey's Anatomy, they are.
No wonder everyone watches that darn show.
It's really good.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I am not going to be a nurse.
You
for
can be
free.
doctors with. It's for like Jesus would love you for that.
He does. He loves me regardless.
More.
Sure.
Like you go up on his
talking
list.
about.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you go up on.
You
would go up on his
A
wow.
little bit more.
I've never knew.
You get an extra night in your Corona visa.
Like you know how people have like a star next to their name, like you're going to heaven. If you like
Extra
deal with
stars.
people like for free,
Extra points.
2 stars.
Okay, I deal with a lot of people on a regular.
You get paid for that.
Yes. Do I get paid enough then?
Do any of us get paid enough?
No, we don't. Do you know where I work?
Oh no, God don't pay you. God don't pay you. Okay, so now on a serious note.
Yes.
I've been very open about just struggling with anxiety. You brought up anxiety and depression.
Girl.
Y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's been hard over here.
In these streets.
In these streets, yes. I never noticed that I struggled with anxiety. Like now learning about trauma, anxiety, like all that. I've been doing a lot of reading, but I noticed that I had it as a child and it just never healed.
Yeah.
And it came out as an adult now.
Yeah.
And then just like life circumstances like heighten it, make it worse, you know. But I feel like being in church, there's like that toxic
We had this conversation.
yeah, it's like that toxic connotation or like trying to pray it away type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think I've always expressed that. Like, I'm always talking about it because I dealt with it, and I think a lot of people deal with it. But we're going to live with it. We just need to know how to control our emotions. You know what I mean? Like, anxiety is always going to be there.
Right.
Well, it kind of goes back to like the very old school way of thinking that if you came out gay or lesbian, you're just like, just pray it away. You're going to be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with anxiety or depression. Just pray. You're going to be
Just
fine. And
pray
you're
it
just
away.
like, yeah, I've been praying and I'm still hurting.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can only
yeah.
pray. So
Still anxious.
I need
Yeah.
some other avenue to help me out because
The way
I'm
I've
still feeling
learned
the
it
same way.
is that and this is I can't pinpoint if it was my mom, and I think it probably was. She's a very smart lady, y'all know her. But Dios le da el entendimiento a estos médicos, cirujano, therapists,
Right.
so that he can help us. I mean, so yes, you could pray it away, but he's like, hey girl, so while you're praying, I'm giving this enlightenment to this doctor so that you can go and talk to him or her and like put everything out.
Yeah.
And then they can guide you on steps on how to deal with your anxiety. Because
Yeah.
I could tell you stories upon stories of why I have PTSD, why I have anxiety issues, and
this could be like a 17-part series.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah,
No.
it's gonna be an episode.
You know, like with the For Her by Her
we
girls.
We have to have a part 2 on this
because body dysmorphia, low self-esteem. Girl, I can I can list it. I can tell you stories like I don't like balloons. I despise balloons.
Really?
That's a whole other story.
And that's a whole nother
a very deep story.
We're gonna have you back on for that.
No, for
real. And tells her as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have all of us.
All of us.
It's deep. But what I was trying to say is that it's always gonna be there. But how do you deal with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. And at my church, I'm starting to talk about it because a lot of people don't know these things. Like we were mentioning, they only say, "Oh, pray," and it'll go away, but they don't even know how to pray or how to, like, how do where do I start? Where do I start?
But I also think like when you're in a position that she's in, you know, and you're up on the pulpito speaking. A lot of people assume like, oh my God, her life is perfect. She's got everything together. She's got all the answers, but they don't know
her
internally.
Kids are so cute. Her husband,
her life is perfect, but they don't know internally she's struggling.
Because I've been on the altar hurt. You know what I mean? I didn't want to sing or motivate people. You know what I mean? When I'm up there, like it's hurting. Like I'm going through this situation, and I had to do it. But I wouldn't have done it if God wouldn't have prepared me for it. You know what I mean? Because I had to go through a preparation where it's, knowing who I am and how to control what's up here, you know, because it's a process. It's not, como dicen, de la noche a la mañana. You know, it's a process.
It's not overnight.
Yeah, it's not overnight. It's something you really have to talk to someone, read a book about it, talk to a friend, a mentor, seek help.
And it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to seek for professional help. Not just, talking to a friend. Because if you don't have that right friend, I'm sorry, they're going to steer you the wrong way. Or they're going to give you bad advice. Y como dice mi mamá, y se mete el enemigo, y después estás
El diablo empuja. My favorite saying my mom ever told me.
And that's Ashley's favorite
line. El diablo empuja. I was like, where is he pushing me?
Yes.
No, and on a serious note, you have to keep your inner circle and know that they're
got your back.
They have your back, and
the best intentions for you.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to think, but I couldn't.
Right here.
Yeah.
And seeking help is fine. Seeking therapy is fine. Talking about it is fine. And the more you talk about it, the more you heal.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. All that unprocessed trauma, whatever it may be, like it's not gonna get fixed. And that's what I've had to learn the hard way, because I feel like I'm the type of person. Well, it's complex because I grew up small church, literally since I was a kid, Hispanic. You name it, like Pentecostal.
Oh yeah,
and,
right here.
Yeah,
we know.
Like speaking in tongues, like
The church be crunk.
It sure do.
You be at Applebee's at 10 o'clock, like whoop.
Girl, you be like, mommy, I gotta go home. I got homework to
do. The way we were taught in that time, because I know what that is as well. Like we all know it. Is that we were taught of this God that. He hates sin, like he's a consuming fire, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to judge you.
As a kid.
Girl, that traumatizes you. Like traumatizes you. It doesn't help you. No. And I was that person. I was like, nope. I have no.
You're like, I'm never gonna do anything.
I'm like the worst person in the world, man. So that's why I couldn't.
And that's crazy.
Understand.
And until, like, as a kid, I was like, am I the only one that feels this? Like, God seems a little scary the way they describe
the way
him.
they,
I don't like that he was portrayed that way. Even when we were younger, like, everything was bad. Like, they were like, I'm sorry, this is horrible. Está en pecado. And I'm like, immediately, I was like, que yo hice ayer, que hice la semana pasada,
immediately.
I'm going down the list. Did I talk back to my mom? Did I talk back to the teacher? I was talking about that girl because I still don't like her. You're going through all these things and you're just wondering, like, what did I do wrong? And you're like, immediately, perdóname por esto. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And God's up there, he's like, I wasn't talking about you.
It's like,
sorry, girl.
My child,
it's the girl next to you.
The way you are. And that's who he is that he loves you the way you are. And when we get to know him that way, we'll be able to know his love, because God is love. You know what I mean? And when you get to know how he loves and how much he loves you, you'll be able to really feel that way, like for real. So
you can keep that sweater.
Beautiful.
That's mine. Thank you.
Yeah.
I gotta shout him out.
Merch
really
coming
is.
soon.
Yeah.
No, that's not our line. Don't tell anybody.
No, because I didn't know, like, I thought God's character was always just mean and
aggressive.
Strong.
Yes. Te llamado. You're just like,
yes. But until I grew up in a church, like, it was all family, so it gets a little complicated, right?
Yeah.
And so when I married, I started to go to a different church, and I'm like, oh snap, this is so different.
Yeah.
like, their God is different.
I was like,
Y'all got the same God?
Like,
this one's a little bit different.
And then maybe it's because it's like older people. Like, they come from
it's a very
Mexico.
old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
Very
Different
old
mentality.
school.
Like growing up, I never heard the word anxiety. I never heard depression. I never heard trauma. I never heard if you need help. I never heard anything about mental
health.
No, for us that was called changuería. Ay, tú tienes changuería. And we're just like,
but
what?
Ask your mom the same thing. And she'll tell you that she went through the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like,
oh,
no, nadie me habló de eso.
Yeah.
So that was
even
the
now,
same, we were brought up the same way because they didn't learn about it. So we didn't learn about it, but now we are.
Like,
we're teaching our generation.
My kids how to handle, and teach my daughter, because she was 10 or 11 where she had her first little panic attack. And she was like breathing and, like you just couldn't, catch any breath. And I'm like, Melody, you need to calm down, just take a deep breath, think of something. So I was able to help her because I've been through that without even knowing I was going through it at that age, so. That is crazy, or so.
Es demonio.
Exactly. You're like, go pray it off. You're just like, I can't even breathe, and you want me to pray? Okay, thanks.
So it was hard.
Yes.
Yeah,
I get it.
With my son, I always taught him I'm mad because I'm angry, because I'm sad, because I'm like, like my mom would always say, I'm not a mind reader. We don't know what's going on in your head. And with social media and this day and age now, trying to raise kids, teenagers, because she has a preteen, I have a 14-year-old. And social media, TikTok, all these Snapchat. Snapchat had puro diablo.
Can't.
Let me
see it at school.
That.
Let's rewind.
Let's rewind. Every social media outlet has its good. I have learned so many things from TikTok. So many recipes, so many cleaning hacks, so many organized, so many dance moves. Even things for like my pets and stuff like that. Just so many hacks. I love it. Everything has its good until somebody makes it evil. And starts using it for bad. And then, of course, the bad is going to be like, wow, coge fuego, and everybody's like,
because everyone's like, oh my gosh.
So, it's raising a 14-year-old nowadays, and a boy at that, and a brown boy at that, because my baby's half black.
Person of color.
It's a person of color. That's a weight on its own. So, I have to teach him so many things. My brother-in-law has taught him so many things about being a man. His father has taught him so many things about being a man, being a black man in society. And then me as a mom, I'm teaching him, how to be gentle, how to treat a lady, but at the same time, how to voice out your opinion and how to, in a respectful manner, respectfully.
That's our
I'm angry because I'm sad because I don't know. So, Papi, why are you mad? Well, I'm mad because I'm like, all right. So since he was itty bitty, since he could talk, I'm like, why are you sad? I'm sad because you say you were gonna give me McDonald's and you didn't. Okay, so I understand. And let me explain why we didn't stop at McDonald's.
Communication.
And that's another thing that I'm teaching him right there, how to communicate, because for the rest of his life he has to communicate, whether it be with a teacher, a friend, a girlfriend, his spouse.
And that's a lot in the Hispanic community. Like, there's no communications. I remember with my mom, I didn't understand what we were going through. It was a single mom, and it was just me and my mom, and we would bump heads a lot. And I didn't understand her situation, obviously, divorced, single mom, working, So whenever we would bump heads, I would just, walk out the room, slam the door, or she would scream at me. And she never had that communication with me. Like, look, this is going on, or
because
of this, or she never asked like, how are you feeling, you know? And which I now that I'm a parent, I understand her situation. I understand, and now we're like this. We can't, you know, we're calling each other all the time. But communication, and that's something that I've learned from them, you know, that even at school they use this emotional wheel. You know, they ask students like, how do you feel? You know, and they'll say happy, and then from that happy there's excited, or and then there's another emotion on top of that. So it's like you need to communicate and know what you're feeling, and a lot of parents don't do that. You know,
and I think it also helps too, because I don't know if it happened when you were younger, but when you would, in a way, question your parent about something, it was always because I said so. Where the way my husband and I raise our son is, there's times where it's like, because I said so. But there's times where it's like, but there's times where it's like, okay, let me explain this to you. Since a very young age, he's been very inquisitive and asked a lot of questions where it would get him in a little bit of trouble at school. But a lot of the times when we were little, it was just do it. Don't ask any questions, or don't speak up. You do what that grown-up tells you to do. I don't know all the grown-ups in the world. And even if you're family or not, if you don't feel comfortable in a situation, if you don't want to hug this person,
it's okay.
That's okay. This is your space.
Not that she got scolded. She was very, very shy little girl when she was growing up. So saying hi or hugging, and you know how Latinos are. Ve y saluda a tu tía, dale un beso.
Every single person.
She was the type that I can remember itty bitty, and we even have pictures, and she's like, and her face was like, oh hell no,
I didn't. Like, there was like, growing up, there was a particular person that I just, to this day, as a grown woman, as a grown woman, he still creeps me out. Like,
and I would like to touch her hair.
He'd be like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, me and my cousin Jennifer, and we would both like internally cringe. And he would always, and maybe he was coming from a good place. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But he was like, oh, you're so beautiful.
Oh, not rubbing though.
Yeah, and with the hair. That we seen him years later, me and my cousin, and we retracted to like, don't go say hi. Girl, I'm going the other way. To that kind of like, oh, you feel
but see, a certain way. God bless her. I love her. She's the best. She's always been what other Christians would probably call like a rebel. Because my mom, she went at the beat of her own drum.
Sure did.
Always. Like, we grew up in the era where we call them rajatabla churches, and that means that they were very, very strict. Like, no cutting hair, no makeup, no this, no that.
No jeans, nothing.
No pants.
We grew up in Buffalo.
And
it is cold.
I was going to say,
you need to wear jeans and boots. You are not wearing a skirt outside.
6 feet on a good day.
Yeah.
The wind
I disappear.
And we live by Lake Erie where it's like winds, high winds.
Lake effect snow.
The wind would be so cold that it would like burn and
chatter. Yeah. And literally, like, your face was constantly red.
So my mom was like, I know that you're saying this, but my girls, we lived in a city where you can walk to school. In Georgia, you can't do that. You don't have that option because, it took me 7 days to walk to work.
Might get hit by a few cars too, but...
No, mi nena no van a usar falda like that. It's cold. So I was always allowed to wear pants. She always let us do things that for everybody else was bad, but she was like, eso no está malo ante los ojos de Dios.
Right.
And these are my daughters. And if it's not offending me as her parents, and it's not offending God, and this is how I'm raising them, they're good. So I always had my earrings. I always had.
Yeah, she
sunning.
was really
I don't know
good.
If I remember sunning. Because I couldn't dye my hair. So, girl, I was a blonde before bleaching was in style. And I was sunning my hair. I always had.
She always gave us the like liberty to express ourselves, whether it was clothes or makeup or hair, whatever. Because in her mind, she was like, they're not hurting anyone. And I know my girls are good girls.
Exactly.
I can tell you exactly what they're doing, where they are, who they're with. And because you can have a girl with the longest skirt, no makeup, and let's be honest, she's not the most santita. Right?
Yeah.
And then I'm coming over here with my little rag on my hair, with my little skirt, my boots, looking like I thought I was Christina Aguilera. I have a picture like that at church. But it was okay because my mom was like, oh, she's fine. She's expressing herself.
No, I got
and we were
questioned
okay.
a lot because when I was growing up in the 90s, I'm telling you my age, the grunge era was in.
Yeah.
So like big baggy pants. I mean, I wore size 36 pants and 2XL shirts. And I was 16.
She gave no large men a chance.
I was tiny. I was like a size 8.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's the baggy, grungy.
I was
a little baddie then.
Thick 8.
Love that.
And then I had my moño acá atrás con bandana.
With the dark lips.
My dark, whatever.
The brownie lips. Don't get me started on that. If you want to have a conversation about makeup and cultural appropriation, we'll be here for days. But
anyways,
another conversation.
The beaver lips.
Yeah, I stupida.
She really hurt my She struck a chord with me on that day. So sorry. But anyways, yeah.
I got questioned a lot, and they probably question my mom if she doesn't tell me, and I don't care, because I've always been that rebel in the family. I was like, I don't care what you think about me, what you're saying about me. If you can't say it to my face, it doesn't count, or whatever.
Right.
And to this day, I'm still like that. Like, they know. If you can't say it here,
like,
no, but I would wear these big, like, even my cousins, my guy, Andy, the singer.
Oh, yeah.
We would trade clothes. We were young. We were very young. And we would share clothes or whatever. And my mom probably got questioned, like, why are you letting her wear men's clothing? Because I wasn't buying in girls' shops. I was going to the men's store on Grant Street.
She was buying FUBU, baby. Y'all remember FUBU?
Yeah.
I remember.
But that was
I wasn't even born yet.
Exactly. She was like, yeah, FUBU. What? FUBU. Alfredo, Google FUBU.
Like 94 to 98, those were my teenage years. So
I was still a little,
Okay, stop.
You're the
Because
same
I don't
age.
even look my age.
No.
89,
99.
What old are you?
Girl, I was like,
She
one.
was fine. Oh,
How
fine.
many years apart are we?
We're a few years.
Don't.
Don't come at me. I'm the youngest, that's why.
You're the youngest.
You are the youngest.
Yeah.
I get you.
And the most mature.
And the most mature.
If my mom
goes
would
like this.
listen to whoever was telling her, I would have got like my clothes taken up or burnt, whatever the case may be. And she just let me be. She didn't care. She knew who I was.
She really did.
Well, it's like my daughter,
yeah.
she wears like her Converse, her jeans.
Your daughter is the cutest thing ever.
I love her style.
She has her own little style, and she already knows what she doesn't
You're like,
dress
keep that clean. I'm gonna borrow it, okay? Thanks.
She wears my shoes and everything.
No,
Yeah,
I just love how my mom was. My mom was always very open-minded, very in it. She
didn't stay behind either. She came up, mommy. She was very like till this day.
Oh,
you
girl.
know,
Oh my
she
gosh,
dresses well, smells nice, makeup,
she comes
hair
at my
done.
because this is shy on a daily.
She's
like,
like
shy.
Shy. No.
Tú te vas a poner eso para el trabajo. Tú te ves como una bona. I'm like, mommy. She's like,
it's Friday.
It's
Friday.
On Thursdays, I start wearing like dress pants or whatever, and I wear tennis shoes and maybe a sweater. That's preparing me mentally for Friday.
Yeah.
Someone's like,
she's like,
someone's here.
Tú eres la cara de Gainesville. La primera que ven, I was like, yeah, yo vengo aquí para arriba.
No, you don't really.
She was like, no. Cámbiate. So I'll be like, oh, God, I'm like, does this look better? She's like, ahora te ves como la profesional.
Ahora sí.
La hija de María Luisa.
Ahora sí camino contigo.
Ahora sí camino contigo. Like, thanks, Mom.
I
But
love
yeah,
her
she's
so
so
much.
fly.
Still.
She's still
With her
fly.
bracelets.
Girl, still. Go
She
see her. Little
girl,
bracelets.
that is her staple.
Wait
All
till you
her bracelets
Yeah.
are her staple. Like now she's buying bracelets for her students because
that's
they
so
want to be
cool,
like,
yeah.
Señora Roma, que see her bracelet. And I told her the other day I came in her life, not in a bad way. I said, Mami, tanto brazalete for real?
She's
She's
like,
like,
hola.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
do the same thing. I love.
Yeah.
She's like, no, this is my staple. If I don't wear it, my kids are wondering why I'm not wearing all my
I
bracelets.
still hear it like while she's wearing
little-
on the board.
yeah,
I
the
still
chicken.
hear it.
Y'all make me so happy. When
No,
I see her
but-
old kids, I'm
Yeah. But
I
wait
love
till
her.
you'll see her at the event.
I love her so much.
And- Yes.
oh yeah, because we'll keep talking.
I know,
over
we
here.
can go on.
I mean, we're here for all things.
Yeah.
Girl
Yeah.
talk.
This, guys, if you would like this to be a more normal thing, like once a
love
Like a
month,
separate
series.
like a
We
separate.
need to make this happen.
Please,
I
I live
bet.
literally 3 minutes from your house. I will be here with your muffins.
It's been an honor having you guys on here. It's been
no,
so
thank
much
you.
fun.
It's so easy talking with you.
Yeah,
we
you
love
know,
you.
it's so
Because you're
natural.
not just our friend, you're family.
You're
already.
family.
And I say
Oh my
the same
gosh.
thing about your husband behind camera. Hey.
Yeah.
Like y'all literally saw me grow up in a way.
Yeah.
Well, not me, but
seeing you grow up, seeing your struggle, seeing you become a woman.
Everything.
You know,
praying for you, praying for your marriage, praying for your baby, praying for everything. Your house, anything. Look, like I literally stalk you guys. Anything that you're posting, I'm like liking it. And if I see that I haven't liked something, I'm like, oh my god.
She's like 2019. What was I thinking? Like.
2015, she looked like she was 12.
Brithzy's like, who's stalking us? She's shy. It's just shy.
She's fine. No, but I don't think I gave y'all a proper introduction. We just like kind of hopped in, but
we can throw that in there.
If I'm gonna do a little teacher moment, just say y'all's name and we'll go around the room, share
your favorite color, and
start that way.
Drew, we'll start with you.
My name is Juliana Varela.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the For Her By Her girls. And I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's good.
My name is Ashley.
You got only 2 seconds.
She just came up to life.
Y'all can look at it.
Is this my angle?
Yep.
My name is Ashley
bless
Lopez B.
her.
Hall. No, I'm going to be more natural. No, my name is Ashley B. Hall, and I am another partner of For Her By Her, but I also have a other business called ALB Makeup Artistry, where I am a makeup artist and hairstylist to the stars. No, not to the stars, but when you're in my hands, you become a star.
Yes.
Oh, and I am Shai Lopez, a For Her By Her member,
Founder.
co-owner, founder. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I love that.
All the titles.
Again.
No,
Mine was swag.
See, now I gotta do mine again.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, Shai, just do it. Ready? Look at me. And go.
Hi, I'm Shai Lopez. I am another of the For Her By Her co-founders. And what do? I take pictures for them for any of the events. And it's a good time. And I love what we do.
Yes.
I really do. We have
do.
so much fun.
Yeah.
We do. It's a great time.
It's fun. We really enjoy it. And especially because we all have different quality, like different, what do you say?
Attributes.
Yes. That we can bring into the table, right? And so we really work together.
Yeah,
Very well.
One of my qualities is not technology, so.
I'm not tech savvy, but just real quick, these beautiful ladies created their own business called For Her By Her, and I want you guys just to tell them a little bit and how it came about and what the mission is behind For Her By Her.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we're gonna let Miss B Hall take it away because she does it best. She has it down to the money. Like
It sounds like I'm gonna just spiel stuff that I have memorized.
No.
But honestly,
it
is.
You say it so much that you have it down to a science.
Yeah, but no, honestly, For Her By Her was created. It's kind of Juliana's fault.
Oh,
she was invited.
Yes, for once it's not my fault. It really is your fault.
It was her fault.
The thing is that they invited us. Well, they invited me to a networking event, and I was like, guys, I don't want to go by myself. Could you please join me?
Backing her up.
So they're like, yeah, let's go, and we went, and it was a great event.
You were a great turnout.
For your boutique, right?
Yes, they invited me because of the apparel store.
Yeah.
So they came along. It was fun. We met different people, but the only problem was that, or not even a problem, it was more of we didn't feel connected to other businesses.
Yeah, a lot of the businesses that attended, and by no means is this bad,
right.
No.
But we just, like she said, we didn't feel a connection to them, so we left and we were like, oh, this was really fun, but I wish they had something for
us
women, entrepreneurs, and more exclusively creative women, whether it's doing makeup or photography or selling shirts or making necklaces,
or
like
making
whatever,
candles,
making anything.
So where I can collab with, you know?
And that's what it
collab.
That's what it mostly came about, just kind of getting with other women and collabing. So we thought about why don't we bring something?
Were driving. I was like, y'all, we can do this.
We're in the car.
Gosh, I was
quiet.
thinking the same thing.
We're in the car and we're
silent
after we're sitting in the car.
Buford all the way to Flowery Branch. And we were quiet, and
we're all like,
because I always have to break the ice, I was driving, I was like, y'all, you know we can do this, right?
Oh my God, yeah, we think so. Yeah.
I was like, Gainesville doesn't have this
at all.
No.
I mean, it's very popular in Atlanta, which is
Oh,
great.
yeah. But who wants to
Gainesville's
drive
small.
45 minutes to an hour, traffic? No.
It's a lot. And especially...
Who wants to drive in Atlanta traffic, period?
Well, no.
That's
but,
what I'm saying,
but especially with us who have families, I can't...
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can't, but... It's inconvenient to be like, oh, babe, I'm going to go to Atlanta to do this. That's an hour drive, however long the event is, an hour drive back.
It's 2 hours in your car.
Yeah.
That's so like,
That's what it is. No,
because
so...
it is.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like a drive to Atlanta, I'm good.
I mean...
Yeah.
They don't have a train that comes all the way out here and takes us to that.
They
Atlanta.
sure don't.
wish
But
they
that's when
did.
we decided
That'd
to
be
kind of to build something here in Gainesville. And it started off as networking, but now we're...
Because
gearing
many
more.
businesses also were asking us, like, do you guys do any, like, pop-up events?
Yeah, they're asking us different things. And like I said, it started off as like a networking thing, but it's kind of evolved into just, let's all hang out and do stuff together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you are putting your business out there or whether you just kind of need a break from your house or your business and you just want to meet someone new. You know what I mean? Like, this wouldn't have happened if For Her by Her wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we've known you for forever, but
Yeah.
there's a time where it's like, what can you offer my podcast? Well, now we can offer you something in a different platform.
Without For Her by Her, we're still really cool.
I mean, we're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
But no. So that's how it started out, and it's kind of gone into other avenues. Like, speaking of what we're going to do, this is going to be the second time that we're going to be doing a market. Last year we did our first one, and the turnout was great. You joined us.
Yeah.
And it
I was
awesome.
there with Able Store, and I loved it.
Able Store, killing it like always.
Yeah.
And it was such a great time. We had such a great turnout. And at first we weren't going to do it. And then somebody talked to us and was like, yo, you guys should do it again.
A little fire.
Ignited because
she
like,
was like, now go, my friend.
but I think it's normal with any business that you go through ups and downs, and you kind of second guess, like, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Or why?
I know
Why
I've
aren't
had
these
it
people
so
following me? Or
Imposter
why aren't they not
syndrome is
joining?
so real.
Yes.
Like, you start
100%.
comparing yourself to everybody, knowing that our worth is good and that we're good at what we do. I mean, you have 3 amazing women that all of us have OCD.
Something to bring to the
Yeah,
table,
we're all
and together
OCD.
it's amazing.
We get together and it's just like, okay, we're gonna kill this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you have those thoughts in your mind, and you kind of feel like, I don't know if I want to do this. But then someone like you comes along and is like, no, you guys are doing something great, and you
and
should.
We needed that spark.
We really did.
We really did.
Oh,
But it was all, I
so
always
happy.
think, look, I've learned about vibes with my sister and also with Jesus, you know, in my heart. But timing is everything. And I came here for my son to meet with your husband so that he could intern with him, which we're still working on that.
Yeah.
They're both very busy. Him with athletic stuff at school.
And him with the 17 other businesses that he has.
He
does it all.
Anybody
does
that
it
knows
all.
Alfredo does everything and everything. He's amazing. I love him. But we came here for that, so while they were mojoing and talking and, you know, getting to know each other, me and Brithzy went outside and we were just having this literally like
heart,
it was literally just like this but outside. We should, and then we said it to we was like, oh, we should have done the podcast. Because she was like, how do you feel about this? And I was like, oh my god, girl, let me tell you my feelings about that.
We need to get them
like one-on-one.
Yeah, we were talking about Demi Lovato, how oh my god, love her, and how
Britzy's like, keep all of your ideas. We're gonna write these down. We're gonna have like 7 different podcasts. These are great.
Oh my god,
episodes.
And she goes, what are you guys doing before I buy her? I was like, well, nothing right now. We had a couple of things planned and they fell through, and you know, life has come in and the kids are busy. But she was like, are you guys doing another event? I was like, another event? Like, what event? She's like, the one at the Civic Center. I was like, no, I don't.
And it was meant to be an annual thing.
Yeah. But again, we all got in our heads, and you know, you need to do one again because that was so much fun, and you guys were so organized. I was like, you think
very
so?
organized.
She's like, I want to help. I was like, are you for real?
And what she was like, no, literally, she calls me the next day at work, and she these two because
she tells me, and I'm like, are you freaking serious? This is
then they get together. They're like, we're doing a conference call with Ashley, and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? They're like, guys, we just talked to Brithzy, and guess what we're doing? I was like, what are we doing? We're gonna do it. I was like, are we doing this? Shai's like, Brithzy said to do it, so we're doing
No.
it. And Brithzy has a connection with God, so that's God.
That's what your mom would say.
Yes. I was like, Brithzy be talking to him and he be answering her and he said do it.
Wow.
Y ella le dijo a Brithzy le dijo a ella que ella le dijo a him. It's like that telephone game.
But the communication was good.
So that's how we kind of started again to bring it up. And this year we decided, last year it was like a fall event, and this year we decided to name it I named it. I named it. That's the word.
That is it for today, guys. I will leave For Her by Her information down below. Follow them on Instagram. Give them a follow. Give them a shout out. Everything right now. And don't miss out on the Holly Jolly Market, December 17th. I will leave everything right here and also down in the description box. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys.
Bye.
For Her by Her.